Stories for Rebel Girls.
Hey Rebels, this is Good Night Stories for Rebel Girls, the interview. I'm your host, Sonia, and today we're talking to my mom, Neha Jogani Narang. We both narrated the story of Nivedita and Ishanvi, the mother and daughter dancing duo and YouTube sensation. If you haven't heard the episode yet, please check it out. Hi Mom, can you please introduce yourself to our listeners?
Hi, my name is Neha Jogani Narang, and I am a mom, a marketer, an entrepreneur, a board member, and currently I work at Roblox where I lead marketing.
Ooh, I like Roblox. What's the coolest thing you get to do there?
Well, so I feel fortunate that I get to do lots of cool things running marketing at Roblox. Some of the coolest things I get to do is one, throw the most important moment and event for the entire company and our community called RDC Roblox Developer Conference, where we get our entire community together. I get to interview our CEO in front of everyone. And separate from that, just working at Roblox makes me cool in your eyes and your friends' eyes. So I will take that.
You are definitely cool, Mom. So, did you always know you wanted to work in business? Or did you have other dreams growing up? Kind of like the way Nivedita loved dancing and also being an orthodontist.
I feel like Nivedita and I have actually a lot in common. So I have been dancing since I was 6 years old. It's always been a passion of mine. I danced all throughout college. And when I was young, in high school, I actually wanted to be a doctor like my father. But then I came across this Indian woman in business. She was a financial advisor, and I was just in awe of her. I thought she looked so professional. She knew what she was doing in life. It was the first Indian woman I'd saw in this professional manner in the business world. And so I decided I want to pursue business. And I did an internship in high school, chose to do business in college, and have gone down that route ever since and got my MBA from Stanford Business School.
What do you like to do outside of Roblox? Besides hanging out with me, of course.
So very similar to Nivedita, one of my favorite hobbies is dancing. Dancing brings me so much joy. I used to do it competitively, and now I do it just to smile, exercise, and do fun stuff with my kids. Listening to music, singing, anything in the arts, oil painting. They're all some of my favorite hobbies, but I'd say most importantly, my happy place is always growing and learning, seeing how I can make a difference in the world. And that comes through being involved in other charities, supporting your school, being a board member, being an advisor. And to me, what makes me the happiest is just knowing that I can always have impact and grow and learn, even as an adult. And it's so important that you find happiness not just in your personal life, but also in your professional life.
You and I narrated the story of Nivedita and Ishanvi. What would you say their story means to you?
Like I shared before, I have a lot in common with Nivedita, being a dancer and also having career pursuits outside of that. But it's more than just that. And I think it's seeing Nivedita's story through Ishanvi's eyes and hearing and seeing Ishanvi's passion because her mother was passionate about dancing. And for me, seeing you get so excited about dancing because you see me dancing means the world. Also, dancing was a way for me to really get close and connected to my culture. The type of dancing I loved was Indian dancing. The type of music I loved was Indian dancing. And now I'm seeing you love our culture and connect so much to our culture through movement, through dancing and music. And in fact, you probably listen to more Indian music than even I do.
That's true. I love Indian music. Okay, for kids who want to work at Roblox or do cool jobs like you when they grow up, what should they learn now?
I would say to always be curious and want to learn. Ask questions about everything. And it's also very important to have like a builder's mindset and be creative no matter what you're doing. I don't just mean coding like a developer. I mean if you're doing art, science, music. Always think with an innovative, creative mind, and never be afraid to fail, because that's how we learn. We learn from our mistakes and by pushing ourselves.
And finally, what makes you a rebel girl?
I think it's that I'm not afraid to aim for the skies. And there's no such thing as being perfect, but every day I strive to be my best self.
Thank you so much, Mom.
And thank you, Sonia, for interviewing me. I really enjoyed this.
And thank you for listening. Keep sharing your stories, Rebels. This podcast is a production of Rebel Girls. It's based on the book series Good Night Stories for Rebel Girls. This episode was produced and directed by Joy Smith, with sound design and mixing by John Marshall Media. Script editing by Abby Sher. Joy Smith and Jess Wolfe were our executive producers. Original theme music was composed and performed by Elettra Bargiacchi. A special thanks to the whole Rebel Girls team who made this podcast possible. Until next time, stay rebel!